Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the third grade concept of two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes. This is standard 3.6a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 27 of the 2024 release STAAR test, which is a new item type called inline choice. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work the problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have an inline choice. We need to fill in both sentences, but look at the options here. More than 5 faces, triangular bases, or rectangular bases. It's actually the same 3 options for both. Look what happens if I try to just answer one. It will say you have not answered everything. So let's make sure we answer everything here. But it's going to be the same 3 choices. So what I want to do, just for simplicity's sake, is I want to write these 3 choices down on the side, and then what we could do is we can just leave it open. So 3 chance options are more than 5 faces. And then the 2 different types of bases, triangular bases, and then we've got rectangular bases. All right, so once we have that, we can just put our graph paper up, and we can just take a look at the problem itself. So this will be one way to organize it if you're trying to use all the features of the test. So those are our 3 options for our 2 inline choice. This is a 2-point problem, one for each correct answer. So Rashida groups the 4 figures into 2 groups. All right. So look, we're trying to say something that group A has, and then group B does not. Look, the figures in group A have one of these 3, but the figures in group B do not, and the figures in group B have one of these 3, but the figures in group A do not. So you know what I want to do? Since I've already drawn this, I'm just going to make myself a little table here, and let's just analyze each of these 3. And let's say this is going to be group A, and this is going to be group B, because if I can get check marks or X's, then that's going to be helpful. All right, so 5 faces. Faces are the flat parts where the edges meet, right? And so group A, this is a hexagonal prism, so there's going to be 6 horizontal or these long strips of rectangles, and then I've got a base and a base, so that's going to be a +2, so that's a total of 8 faces. And this is a rectangular prism. Those have 6 faces. So does group A have more than 5 faces? Yes. And the group B is the same. They're both triangular prisms. And they've got 3 rectangles and they've got 2 triangles. So they're both 5 faces. So more than 5 faces? No. So that could be an answer there. Let's change colors. Triangular bases. Well, we already figured that out here for group B. Group B definitely has these triangular bases, right? A base is another word for face that we use when we're talking about what we can stand a rectangular prism or a triangular prism or any type of prism up on. It's typically considered the bottom, especially when we're trying to figure out, what is the volume of something. And so we've got these triangular bases here, but we don't have them there. We have a hexagon here, and then we've got a rectangle here. So that could be another answer. And then rectangular bases. Well, interesting on this one. It's a yes and a no. I'm going to have to say a no on this one. But take a look. I've got a rectangular base here, but not here on group A. So they would both have to be yes in order for me to give the check mark there. So I'm going to have to say no on this. And then remember, our bases here, right, are the two polygons that are connected by the rectangles. Those are both triangles, so that's a no. All right, so figures in group A have, and then what do we have here? More than 5 faces, but group B does not, okay? And the figures in group B have, and we said they have the triangular bases, while the figures in group A do not. So this is a 2-point problem, and that is how you get full credit, more than 5 faces, and triangular bases.